Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. I'm Angie, and I'm a mixed media textile artist. In today's stream, we're going to take a look at the fabrics that we dyed yesterday. So we're going to rinse them out and take a look. Now, if you didn't see yesterday's live stream, I recommend you go back when you get a chance and watch that so you can see how we did these fabrics. So let me switch over to the overhead camera. Oh, before I forget, if you're here, go ahead and pop in the chat, let me know you're here, who you are, and let me know how the audio sounds, okay? I'm still tweaking the audio, and I'm hopefully getting closer and closer to some really good audio here for you. But I'm going to go ahead and pop over to the overhead camera, and then we're going to go ahead and wash this fabric out. Okay, so what you see here in the overhead camera, this is the first piece we dyed yesterday, and this is kind of a burnt orange. It's looking a little brown, so I'm hoping it's a little more oranger when I wash it out. And next to it, over here, I have a container of water with ice in it. For the first rinse, I always like to do a cold water rinse, preferably an open, or ice water rinse, because that stops the dye from bleeding onto the other parts that we resisted. So I'm going to put my gloves on and I'm going to open up this piece of fabric, removing the clamps and removing this square that we used as our resist. I'll set that aside and open this up so you can see. So this color was made with a mixture of orange and red to create or yellow and red to create an orange color, and then I added some gray to tone it down. Right now it's looking a little brown, but we'll see. And sometimes when you mix colors as they dye and set on the fabric, the color will bleed, one color will bleed out more than the other, especially the reds and the yellows. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to put this in the ice water, and we're going to leave that to soak here for a bit. And I'm going to open up the other two pieces. Now these two pieces were created with a mixture of two different red dyes and some gray. I was trying to create a burgundy color. Hi Jeanette, how you doing this morning? Hi Pat, good morning guys. I hope you guys are warm. We got probably about 3 or 4 inches of snow here last night, so it's a little frosty. So this is the second one, that the second flag fold, and I used a triangular piece of wood to clamp on it. So let's go ahead and put that in the ice water. Did I start too early, guys? It was right at 10, so I don't know how long it takes for you guys to start seeing the stream. I got a lot of bleeding on this one. So I got a lot of bleeding on this side, so my clamps weren't very tight. So I don't have a real defined pattern on this one, but clamps weren't tight at all. Got a lot of bleeding. So you can see how the pattern isn't as defined on this one. But we'll go ahead and rinse it out along with the rest and see how it goes. No, okay, good. I know there's a little bit of a delay. I just don't know how much and what have you. So I'll put those off to the side. I'm going to dunk this around several times in the cold water. And then I'm going to bring over some hot water. So this is hot water. And now I'm going to move the pieces from the cold water to the hot water. You'll take it? You like that piece, Jeanette? Okay, next time I come to Florida, I'll bring it with me for you. So you can see how much dye came out in the cold water. Okay, let me move this one out of the way. And I have another container of hot water, and I need to put some dish soap in it, and I forgot to do that, so let me run off and get my dish soap. Okay, so I'll just put a few squirts of dish soap in here, and I do the first warm water without dish soap just to get out more dye. And now I'll just move this over to the dish soap. If I had a lot of fabric that I was doing after this second rinse in the dish soap, I would just throw it in the washer and go ahead and finish it up from there. But these small pieces that I'm doing here, just a few at a time, it doesn't make sense to throw that in the washer and use all that water. So I might do several more rinses for these, and by hand like I'm doing here, and then that should probably get out enough of the dye that it will be good to work with. But if I did have a lot of fabric, or if I was going to use this for garments, I would definitely run it through the washer. But if I'm using it for art quilts, what have you, it's not going to get washed, so I don't worry about it bleeding on me. So I'm just going to squish these around in the water a little bit more, and then I'll take them out and show you what they look like. But I will probably later on today just leave them soaking in some water to get out as much dye as I can. So let me move this off the side, but I do want to show you another piece that I had dyed previously. This is some of my samples that I used when I was teaching in-person classes, and this is another flag fold. And what I like about Itajime, once you get used to doing it, you can read the fabric. So even if I didn't know this was a piece of flag folded fabric, I can read the fabric and see how it was folded, because usually there's like a demarcation of some type where the fabric was folded. And so I can look at this, and I hope you guys seeing that. Oh, thank you, Pat. This is golden yellow, one of my favorite colors. So I can look at this and I can see these darker lines, because the dye usually pulls up a little bit more at the folded edges, and I can look at this pattern or this piece of fabric and determine how it was folded. And the white areas tells me what did I use for resist. So I used a narrow piece of wood for the resist, and I placed it diagonally from the corner to the middle. So once you get used to working with Itajime fabric like this, you can tell how it was clamped. And let me show you another piece. This one won't be a flag fold, but this was actually this is a flag fold. No, this is a square fold. Look at this. Here's my fold lines, and the fabric was clamped diagonally across. This one is a hexagonal fold, which we will be doing next week. So with the hexagonal fold, you fold your fabric into an equilateral triangle and you get a six-sided design. But we will be talking about that next week, so be sure and come back next week to see what that looks like. So let's go back to our pieces here. I'm going to take them out of the water and lay them on the table so you can get a quick look at our pattern. As I said, I still will do some more rinsing out on this and to get more of the dye out. But for now, I just want you guys to be able to see what we have. And if you have any questions about anything, let me know. So this is one of the ones that I made with the 2 different reds and some gray. And you can see how you get some bleed out around the design, and reds are really particular, and they do that. So you will get some bleed, and I like that. It doesn't bother me. It gives it a little bit more interest. So now I have several different colors in there. So this is our triangle, so you can see our triangle. Okay. And so that was one of the reds. I'll put that back in. Now I will rinse out another one. Okay, my camera got a little blurry there. So this is the second red, and you see there's a lot less resist area because the way I position the piece of wood on the fabric. Okay. Number 2, and let's look at our orange one. And this is the one I used a little square piece of wood as a resist. And you can see how in this one there's a lot more bleed out, that yellow in the dye, because remember I made an orange using red and yellow and then added some gray. That yellow is bleeding out in some areas a little bit more. So guys, which one is your favorite? Let me know which one is your favorite. Let me know in the comments which one of these you like the most. And why? Why do you like it? Do you like the color? Do you like the pattern? Let me know. Itajime is probably one of my most favorite method of dyeing, and I like the geometric patterns that you get from this. And I've experimented with different ways of folding and different ways of clamping, trying to get some different patterns. And the possibilities are endless. So, which one's your favorite? I'm probably going to say this one's my favorite because this is one of my favorite colors. So, but these other 2 colors aren't bad. Pat, you like the one that had very little pattern to it? So let me see which one is that. So this is the one you like, Pat. Very little pattern to it. And Jeanette, you like the yellow brown one? Okay. Yeah, they all are pretty in their own way. You know, we just all have our own preferences. Okay, guys, that means so next time I come to Florida, I'll be bringing these for you guys. Okay. I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting me. So in the last couple streams, I've talked about mixing colors, but I've really not gone very deep into how I mix colors. And I'm thinking about doing that for a live stream. You guys, let me know what you think about that. Would you like me to go through the process of mixing several colors with the dyes and show you how I go about doing that and my whole thought process about it? So let me know what you think about that idea in the comments. And if you do, there's something I can plan on for next month. So I'll just leave these here. Actually, I'll probably change the water out because this is getting a little bit full of dye. But I'll do several more rinses like this, and then I will call it done on that. So I'm going to go back to the webcam here so you can see me. And here, I don't have my hat on because I got up at 4 o'clock this morning and turned the heat in the studio on. So, but what do you guys think about the idea of me doing a color mixing session? my tongue wants to get tied up. You like that idea, Jeanette? Okay, good. So I'll plan that for probably 2 sessions, 2 weeks in March. I will take you through me mixing several different colors and how I think about it and how I try to get to the color that I want to get to. I'm not always successful. Sometimes it takes several tries, but the more you do it, the more successful you get. So this has been a very short session today. I really appreciate you guys coming, and thanks for your support. But that's pretty much all I have, unless you have some more questions. You're on a cruise? Okay, Jeanette, I will take that into account, and I will schedule around your cruise, okay? So if you guys don't have any more questions, that's it. Thanks for coming today. And I hope to see you back here next week. So next week, as I said, let me show you again. We're going to be doing the hexagonal fold or the equilateral triangle. And I really like this one because depending on the way you clamp it, you can kind of get a floral effect. And that's really great for coming back and doing some stitching on and emphasizing that floral effect. Thank you, Jeanette. Okay, thank you, Pat, and I'll see you guys next week, I hope. Have a good weekend. Bye.